Welcome to my channel to all my new friends, and if you're an old friend, welcome
Today we're
back.
going to be talking about winged eyeliner, so let's get There are a couple of different types of eyeliner out there. Actually, that's an understatement. There's a ton of different eyeliners out there. There's the little felt tip kind. This is what I've been using recently just to get a really thin, sharp line. And then they also have the crayon, which is probably like the safest bet. I mean, you can't really go wrong with the crayon. This is one of my really colorful ones by NYX. I'm gonna bring this out for the summer and just add a little pop of color under my eye. But crayons are probably the oldest kind. I feel like that's what they used originally in like ancient Egypt when eyeliner was like first a thing. They were just taking some coal and smudging it against their eyeliners, trying to get a little pop back then in the ancient days of Pharaoh. And then there's also like this little pot kind where it's just like a jar of eyeliner gel or clay or whatever, and you just like dip your brush in and you get a line. So there are a bunch of different types and they all kind of give you like a different look, and you really just have to experiment and find out what works for you. Like I said, I really like the felt tip kind, and also I'm really big into this jar. I just feel like it gives me so much control. I know exactly how much product I'm picking up and how much I can apply, and this one is pretty darn good. This is like the first one. No, that's not true. I actually have this one by Tarte as well, and I feel like they work pretty much the same, which is crazy because this one was like 20 bucks, this one was only 10, but they both kind of bleed the same amount into my crease, and they both have the same lasting power, high end, low end, and you're getting the same effect. So the first thing that you need to have when you are doing a winged eyeliner is a steady hand, because girl, you do not want that mess to be all wobbly across your eyelid. It's just a bad look, and if you did eyeshadow, then you're gonna have to fix it. It's just no good. So make sure that your hand is steady. To be perfectly honest, I always take my pinky and I just lay it up against my cheek like so, and so that way like you have a guide. The guide is your cheek. Your cheek gives your hand something to rest on so that it can be stable and get a smooth line, okay? So that's the first thing you need to have. The second thing you need to have is a good brush, especially if you're doing a little potted eyeliner like this, where you just like dip your brush in there and then apply it. You need to make sure that your brush is sharp and it doesn't have little busted bristles, because you want to make sure that your line is nice and thin, or at least sharp looking. I don't know about you guys, but from this tutorial we're gonna assume that you want a relatively thin line of eyeliner, and so for that purpose you're gonna need to not have a brush that's super busted like this one is. A good brush is going to have a really thin line of bristles, sort of like this one. Now this brush, God love it, I got this as like a party favor at my friend's birthday party when she turned like 25 or something, which I know is hilarious, but her mom is super extra like that. And it's a Sephora brush, so, but I don't like it. It came in a little kit of like 4 other little face brushes, but this is really awesome. And if you can get a brush like this that has really narrow bristles, then that's what's gonna help you have a super thin eyeliner. The next thing you need to know is what type of eye shape are you trying to create? Do you just want like a simple little enhanced eye where they just kind of look bigger, or do you want like a cat eye? What are you going for? So that's something that you need to figure out, because the whole purpose of eyeliner is to make your eyes look bigger, kind of to make your lash line look more lush. So figure that out before you really get started. So now you guys finally get to see me actually do my eyeliner, and I always just start off by drawing the first line as an extension of my bottom
lash line, and then I draw a line connecting to the top of the lash line from my upper eyelid. The further out I go with my bottom wing and the higher up I go with the top lash line really dictates the size of the wing that I'm gonna have that day. There's an old rule of following the lower lash line as a guide for the angle of the wing, but I have upturned hooded eyes, so I just ignore that and do whatever the heck I want and go with drawing a straight line straight across and then meeting it with that lower wing that I created right there. Make sure your eye is practically closed when you are drawing the line on your upper eyelid so that you can be sure it's straight. So much of makeup is figuring out what you like and what works for you, and this is what I like and what I have decided works for me. So you just have to find out what you like and practice until you're really satisfied with it. Sometimes girls with heavily hooded eyes will have an effect where it looks like their eyeliner is taking up their entire eyelid because you can only see the smallest part of their eyelid due to their hood. So that's why I really prefer a thinner eyeliner. As y'all can see, with the gel liner and using my own brush, it can get a little bit tricky making sure that the line is precise, but it's way easier to fill in that tail than it is with the felt tip. But now I'm almost done, and so I'm just going to check my eyes to make sure that they look relatively similar, hopefully, and now you can see the finished product. That's it for me today, you guys. I hope you learned something useful, and I hope that you maybe subscribe and maybe send it to a friend. That would be totally awesome, and give it a thumbs up. And I hope this video makes you feel more pretty than you already are. See you next time, guys. Bye.